Oh, but it says we are live, I think.
All right.
What's up, everybody? We're live for an impromptu broadcast. Stephen Hummel, my good friend down here underneath me in the dark caverns of West Texas out there. He's actually in a observatory dome, which is way cooler than a cavern. But Stephen hit me up and was like, "Hey man, you want to do a broadcast?" I was like, "Yeah." So here we are, and apparently there's clear skies out there. Stephen, huh? How you doing, man? It's been a little while.
Yeah, it's been a while. I've been crazy busy, and yeah, there is a telescope behind me. You can't really tell because it's totally dark, but yeah, there's a 16-inch telescope behind me, and I've been testing out some new equipment on it tonight. Just kind of like a engineering run, and it's a color camera, and that's a live image right from it, straight out of that camera. So
Unbelievable, dude.
that's the Lagoon Nebula there. Lagoon, not legume, lagoon.
Yeah.
Uh,
Legume would be a
RNMA.
delicious nebula, wouldn't it? I guess if it was a certain type of
Yeah,
bean.
I guess there's a peanut nebula, so you kind of
Yeah,
got that covered.
a peanut or a
Uh,
bean or something. And there's some beans that are legumes, I think. Or I don't know.
yeah, I don't know, whatever.
I don't know my
Anyway,
vegetables. We've got a couple of other guys that are going to join us in a minute. My good friend Ron Sparkman, as most of y'all know. Actually, I think I just switched it to go live on Stardom. So we are live on Stardom, which is pretty cool. But Ron Sparkman will be here in a few minutes. He's going to stop by and say hello with us for a little while. And another buddy of mine, Joe Califf, the president of the Houston Astronomical Society, HAS is what they call themselves. And he'll be stopping by later. So I want to get everybody in the comments a little shout out here. Mr. Caleb Von Danger Shark, long time no see. Cat looks hilarious. I love the cat. Good to see you, Caleb. Hey, Gregory Wells, good to see you. And look who it is, Mr. Tony Bindell. He was out shooting the Comet
oh
tonight.
yeah.
Got an epic shot. I'm jealous because I laid on the couch and I looked out the window and I was like, nah. So I'm jealous that he got a good shot. But hopefully the next couple nights, as that thing rises in the west in the evening sky, hopefully we'll be able to see it.
Sets over there. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
it'll keep rising every night as it sets, and then every night it'll be a little bit higher. So
that's
it's
right.
kind of
A
we're
little
going
higher.
to look at that in a minute. And actually, let me say hello to Mr. There he is, Joe Califf in the house. Everybody,
Hey,
What is up, everybody? How's it going?
it's going
pretty
great, man.
good. I'm
That's
awake, so that's good.
Any day awake is a good day, I guess.
Yeah, man, good to see you, dude. Like I
Likewise.
said, my buddy Steven hit me up, and I was like, well, let's get online and do a quick live stream. I mean, why not, right?
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Right.
Celsa in the chat, Mr. Brad Sloan in the chat. Brad says Comet Neo Eyes should be able to see the comet in the evening. Now that's right, Brad. And then basically every evening it's going to get a little higher and higher above the horizon. So we're in good territory for a naked eye comet in the evening. I'm so stoked. I hope y'all are too.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm so excited for it. Not have to wake up at 5 a.m. To see it. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's my
It may not
bedtime
look
is
as
like
good.
5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lately, kind of.
Tomorrow night, Celsa. Who knows? Who knows? I am.
I will be live on the McDonald channel.
Oh, there you
Hopefully
go.
with
And that'll be at
this
what
exact
time?
setup. 10
What
o'clock
time?
Central.
10 o'clock. All right. So
Yeah, so
over
the
there
thing is, you got to have a good horizon, right? Be able to see fairly low to the horizon for the next few days. But like you said, well, it's going to get a little higher and higher over the next week or so. Should be prime.
Yeah. If it holds together, it
Right.
shouldn't get too much dimmer. I mean, it is dimming now. I think it's maybe about half the brightness.
Right.
I saw some reports, but I don't know that to be true. I haven't seen it when it first outbursted or whatever, when it first became visible on the scene. It did come from behind the sun, I think, or over by the sun, I think. Isn't that true? And that's why we didn't, I guess, see it before, or I don't know. But good grief, look at the Trifid.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So just right now.
Messier 20, right?
Yep. M20.
Dude, look at, I mean, I just like, wow. Unbelievable. Look at the dark nebula crossing. That's what I love about the Trifid is the dark nebula that sort of crosses just in the middle there.
Yeah, yeah. I love that. I love the Trifid. It's just one of my favorites. of the nebulae in the kind of the core of the Milky Way region, it is my favorite.
Can you zoom in a little bit at the northern part of that, Stephen? Like sort of that ghostly lump. I think there's a jet or something.
Oh yeah, there's a perfect Haro object.
Yeah.
Right there.
Do you think we'll get enough resolution for it, or do you think it'll be a little?
I'm bidding 2x2, but if I stop bidding, maybe.
I don't know what that means, but you're the man. So.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I was stumped too, so I just figured I'd keep my mouth shut.
Me and Joe are observational astronomers, and
cool.
Right.
All your fancy photography lingo.
Yeah, I was decreasing the resolution to increase the sensitivity. Let's put it that way.
Gotcha.
Oh,
okay.
Gotcha. Now it makes more sense than ever. Uh-oh, we lost
Just
it. We
crashed.
Uh-oh.
Well, he brings that back up.
I didn't like that.
I guess we're gonna stick by 2x2, right? It's
They did not like us looking at that jet.
I guess so. Yeah. Jeez.
So, Stephen, how's the weather out there in West Texas right now?
It's warm.
Is it?
It's what is the temperature in here? I'm used to it being like 50 at night because we're on a mountain, but it is still 81.
Oh wow.
81
in the dome. That's really warm. You know,
wow.
So yeah, I don't like that.
Jesus, yes, you will be able to see the comet from New York City if you get on the tallest building that you can climb with a good western horizon. Absolutely. And if the skies are clear to the west, absolutely. You may even get one of the most beautiful shots ever with like the city below and the comet right there above. You got to have a good western horizon. That means clouds and free of obstructions. So good luck. Celsa says, awesome. Dwayne says, good morning from Dwayne in Rome, GA. Rome,
Georgia.
I didn't know that there was a Rome, Georgia. I guess. Very cool. Welcome, Dwayne. He also says, I had to tear down some homes in my neighborhood and some refineries. That's what we're working on over here. We're working on just flattening everything to the west of me. It's a long process. Very expensive too, believe it or not.
Hey, we only have a few days, right? Take advantage of it while we can.
Yeah, we gotta do what we can with the neighborhood here. Yeah, Brad says even picking up the blue on the Trifid, absolutely. We're gonna go back to the Trifid here in a second, but
yeah. I'm gonna stop using the SkyX there. That was an experiment, their new live stacking feature, but apparently it's still very experimental. Just crashed, and I lost all my settings too.
Oh no!
Well, like it just fun. Crashed, factory reset. So it did not like bidding one by one. That's a future note.
A future note. Do not bin one by one.
Yeah. Not allowed.
Brad asks, isn't there a galaxy that has 2 supernovas now? I know there's M85 right now, which has a supernova in it. M85 is in the Virgo supercluster. So if you know Virgo, you know it's getting real super low in the west again. So it's a western sky these days, it seems. So good luck with that one, Brad. I mean, get M85. That's an easy galaxy to find. Nice elliptical, I think. And there's a little.
Yeah, and NGC 5861 has 2 supernovae in it right now. So that was reported in May. So they're probably dimming a little bit, but
yeah.
I just got coffee delivered, gentlemen. That's how you do it. Cheers.
Got coffee delivered to you?
I got coffee delivered, and in a Kennedy.
I'm jealous. I do have the Trifid back now.
Oh, you did? Let's get that up. Yeah. Who cares about coffee?
There we go. That's better. It's not crashing on me.
That's not crashing as far as we can tell. No.
Not yet.
That's awesome stuff, man. Look at just the detail, the roundness in the stars. You know, one reason I gave up astrophotography or just, stopped for a while was non-round stars, which can be a number of things. It can be your tracking. It can be your collimation, flexure. I mean, there's just so many things. But when I get out and do astronomy, I'm in that phase of my life where I guess I'm more visual. I want to see the distant stuff. But photographing it is the only real way you can share it. I mean, you can share it. Like, look at this sketch I drew of the Trifid, and it'll look similar to that right there. I've seen some artists that done crazy work on it, but really like what you're doing here, Stephen, is you're taking the actual light from the nebula and you're broadcasting it out over the internet, which is pretty incredible.
What, like 5,000 light years to the telescope, then to hit the sensor, and then through the internet to your eyeballs. So, yeah.
It's a special thing, Lloyd.
Cool.
Technology is amazing.
Well,
Absolutely.
Here's what I have to say. It's amazing to see this picture on the screen right now. And if you've ever looked through a telescope at this object, it looks nothing like this at the eyepiece. However, to me, I'm with you, Will. I think there's nothing quite compares to actually looking at an object in the eyepiece, understanding what it is you're looking at, having a bit of knowledge about what it is, and it just makes it incredible, right? Like you said, Stephen, 5,000 light years, right? When those photons are hitting your eyeball, have traveled that far to get to you. It's just incredible.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I think what you touched on something there, Joe, that I like to especially when I'm doing outreach, I always like to tell the kid or the adult or whoever it is that walked up to my scope and is looking at Saturn or Jupiter or whatever, be like, that's 450 million miles away. You know what I mean? Like you said, if you know one thing about an object after you've seen it, it means like 10 times more than here's a gray patch in the sky.
Yes.
All
the difference in the world, right? That smudge that meant nothing to you all of a sudden has, significant meaning. It's like, wow, this is an incredible object, regardless of what it looks like in the telescope. I can see that thing. And it's just, I'm with you. It's just an amazing thing.
Seeing it for yourself, there's no replacement. Yeah, absolutely.
But this is incredible, Steven. So.
Absolutely. That's the next best thing, in the era of social distancing. This is what we got to work with. So, hey, it ain't too shabby.
Speaking of that, Stephen is at the McDonald Observatory, which is in West Texas, near a town called Fort Davis. If you want to drive a long way, you can go out there later. You can go out there and go to the visitor center. Not now. Yeah, they're closed. You can't even get to the facility. The road's blocked. But when all this passes, you can actually go out there and hang out with Stephen and look through a telescope on the same mountain and see this very object in somebody's telescope if it's up at the right time of the season.
Right.
Historically, you'd look through this very telescope with your own eyeball,
which is something I want to do when all this passes for sure. We're gonna have to do that, I guess. But and outreach is something that they heavily do. And Stephen, in a more formal way, does broadcasts for the McDonald Observatory YouTube. So what you need to do is go over to YouTube right now and type in McDonald Observatory. Do a search or whatever, and you'll find their page, and then check out the Deep Sky casts because they do those. Stephen hosts those, and you're doing one tomorrow, you said. So for everybody tuning in now, that's what you're doing tomorrow.
Getting the warm up, I guess, the preview while I work out all the bugs with this new technology.
Behind the scenes, if you will. Yeah. And also they do solar cast. Now Stephen's not a part of that, but there's a solar and a lunar broadcast as well, which is perfect timing because the sun is starting to wake up from its
finally
slumber. Right.
Let me get to some comments here. Zolchi Mercado, what's up, man? How you doing? Or I shouldn't say that. I'm so bad at this. I'm so sorry. Sujata from Bangalore, India, all the way from India. And I know we've seen Sujata before. She's been in here definitely before.
Like middle of the day over there too, right?
Yeah, I think so, right? Because the Earth, whether or not some people want to believe, is a globe.
That's right. On the other side of the turtle, right?
It's just a big turtle. Ronnie Backus says, howdy from Clear Lake, Texas, enjoying these live casts, watching while imaging M17 from the backyard. There you go. We got an imager, Ronnie, does backyard imaging, and we're in our houses imaging with Stephen here.
There
amazing.
You go.
Yeah.
Power of the internet.
Yeah, sorry, I would go to the next object now, but it literally, when it crashed, it doesn't even know where I am anymore. That's how bad this is. So
well, luckily we know where you are. Kind of.
This is true. I know where I think I know where I am.
You better know where you're at. If you don't, that could be you might need to see a doctor. Celsa says, by the way, Will, your music is perfect for studying, smooth and relaxing. Well, thank you so much. And Celsa, if that's you that's streaming me like over 100 times a day, thank you. I don't know who it is out there that on Spotify that is just running Night Flight There was a song on my second album called Night Flight. I don't know why, but that song has been streamed more than any other song ever in my collection. So whoever's doing that, whether you're meditating or running a massage parlor or whatever you're doing, thank you.
That is awesome.
It's pretty cool. Hey, Sarah Silva.
Sarah.
Our good friend. And then Siri thought that I was talking to her. No, Siri, I'm not talking to you. I'm like, why's my phone going off? Sarah Silva is a good friend of ours from the Houston Astronomical Society, a club that both Joe is president of and I'm a member of.
And she is our publicity chairperson. So
there you go. And a fantastic, fantastic amateur astronomer.
Fantastic human being too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Coffee and guns and ammo and astronomy. Hola muchachos. What's up, coffee and guns and ammo and astronomy? How you doing? We're doing good, I think. I speak for these guys because they told me earlier that they were doing all right. So
he's the official spokesman.
I'm the official spokesperson for these guys. You want to talk to them, you talk to me, okay? Laura, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you. Jackie, how you doing? Good to see you. Lester says you may not see the colors in the objects, but you can see a lot of detail anyway. That's right. Yeah. So
if the seeing's good, yeah,
you won't see the beautiful magentas and aquas in this particular nebula through a regular telescope, but you will see the sort of the gassy detail, like Lester says. Yeah, but it'd be more of a gray, kind of a grayish white. I don't know, kind of like sprites, right, Stephen? It's kind of weird that they kind of are the same sort of thing. It's weird.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it would be kind of gray. You would struggle to see this level of detail, but yeah, you could, and then it would be. I mean, actually, in the 36-inch telescope, I could see some of this color in this particular object, but usually not, unless you have an enormous telescope.
Well, we were at it was Jimmy Lowry's 48-inch telescope a couple of years ago. Will, you and I were out there for one evening and saw a little hint of color in the 48-inch telescope. So yeah,
if you get a big enough aperture, if you have a mirror the size of a Volvo,
right?
You can do it. And again, if you can get above the atmosphere, the more you can get above the atmosphere, the more light you're going to get as it goes. So you're going to have less atmosphere to deal with. It's just going to be a better view. Celsa says it's like when you think about feeling the sun heat on your skin, 150 million kilometers away. Yeah, a bunch of hydrogen and helium atoms bumping into each other. Wow. No, I agree. Yeah. On a hot day like, today, I mean, it's still hot where Stephen is, even on top of a mountain in a building. The sun, it'd be 93 million miles away. And, light takes 8 minutes to get from the sun to here. And it's still that hot. Can you imagine? I mean, what being any closer would be like? It would, we probably wouldn't be complaining. I don't think. We'd be dead.
Probably not. Yeah. Wouldn't be alive to complain. Exactly.
That's right, exactly. You can't have a conversation if you're dead. Aaron says, last night when I was out with my scope, there are lots of clusters to enjoy. Absolutely. This is the season for a telescope right now.
That's right.
With all the clusters in Sagittarius. We did a little bit about that on the Astronomical Society's meeting a couple nights ago, which Joe, y'all had y'all's meeting the same night. How'd that
we
go?
did. I apologize about that, Will, but unfortunately with the 4th of July holiday, we push it back a week so that everybody else can have an opportunity to join us. So yeah,
absolutely. Well, we're sister clubs.
Absolutely.
And sometimes, we go to the prom at the same time, I guess. I don't know. It's a weird analogy. You like your corsage, I think.
A boutonniere.
You almost made me shoot hot coffee all over my laptop. Don't ever do that again.
Yeah, I won't. I'll be quiet about Texas high school traditions.
Boutonniere. I forgot that word existed. A boutonniere.
It just popped into my mind all of a sudden.
This is
I thought about that a lot.
20 years of not being there. Yeah, exactly.
I know that was a word I had a brownout on. Not a blackout. Like I didn't know it didn't exist. But man, I completely forgot that it was there.
Yeah.
Speaking of, here's the oh man, what was that word? The Corsage Nebula.
There you go.
The Boutonniere Nebula.
The Mum.
There you go.
The Mum Nebula.
The Mum Nebula.
This is actually M17, right?
It's M17.
The Omega.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see an Omega symbol too much when I look at it, especially when you have somebody like Stephen at the helm who knows what they're doing to pull out so much detail on the nebula. But I got to say, man, seeing the color in this thing versus, just a sort of a monochrome image. Wow.
Yeah, there's something to it. Yeah. It's really quite different. It doesn't do very well on galaxies, I found, this camera. It's quite a bit less sensitive than my monochrome camera, which isn't surprising.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But the color really does add something.
It does.
There's something else that's colorful that's up right now.
I was going to say, this is also known as the Swan Nebula. And for me, I can always see the Swan more so than at an Omega.
Good call. Yeah, I forgot to even mention that. Yeah,
body of the Swan. There's a head curved around. There's
wings.
It's
perfect.
Yeah, I've heard it referred to. Oh, go ahead.
So go ahead. Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, I was going to say I've also heard it referred to as the checkmark nebula, and I've never noticed that until this image, Stephen.
Oh,
that's true. Yeah.
Awesome.
Check that off. Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Since we're on Coffee and Astronomy and it's late at night, I'll say that a friend of ours calls this something I won't name. A friend of ours, Bram Wiseman, named it something, and I can never unsee it. But we won't go there. We'll go. It's a long story. Maybe one day I'll tell it on a special live stream of the Swan Nebula. If you're out there, Bram, shout outs, buddy. Bram's a brilliant amateur astronomer as well. Fellow asterism discoverer, actually. Oh. He discovered one called A is for asterism. It's a perfect A in between Leo and Sextant. So
wasn't it also referred to as Mitchell's Ladder as well, or?
Yeah, he had a few names that he was kind of going back and forth on.
Yeah,
and Mitchell's Ladder, after our friend Larry Mitchell, who has a 16-foot orchard ladder. So it kind of goes up like this, and you climb that 16-foot ladder to the eyepiece where you put your eyeball.
A 36-inch f5, I believe. Yeah.
In the pitch black of night, y'all. It's crazy. Yes. It's crazy. While Steven's going over to that next one, Coffee Guns and Astronomy says the McDonald has some bullet holes. Yeah, the McDonald 107 does have several bullet holes in it, but luckily it was a quartz mirror of it was like 1.5 miles thick, basically, that thing, so it didn't even hurt it, which is
pretty much. Yeah, it just absorbed the bullets and we painted over the holes. So
wow.
And it still
really matter.
Yeah, I guess he was hoping that it would crack the mirror, but no, that mirror that's quartz, man. That's fused silica. Good luck with that. And look at that image of Jupiter, y'all. Wow.
We're approaching opposition, right?
Yeah, tonight, right?
Tonight, I believe so. Yeah.
Very cool. I should have called this.
Seeing is not bad. How about that seeing, huh?
Yeah. What is that object right there over there?
That's not the Great Red Spot, is it?
I don't really know, actually.
Because the Great Red Spot is on the bottom half of the southern equatorial belt. And is this image flipped, Stephen, or?
North is up.
North is up.
So this is on the top side of the southern equatorial belt. Maybe it could be some kind of festoon or something, like a deep cloud well or something.
That's weird. I don't know what to make of that. I'm going to capture it for sure.
Absolutely. Let's document it for science.
Yeah, I should say it's...
Blinded me with science. Let me look at...
yeah, I'm looking at it right now to see where the Great Red Spot is.
The Great Red Spot is, yeah. We all had the same idea at the same time. Let's see who can get there first.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, the Great Red Spot is up, but it's on one edge.
It's on the limb right now. Yep.
Yeah, so what the right side you said north is up. I'm sorry. So it's on the bottom left-hand side somewhere on the exact opposite side of the belt side of the planet as that red spot that we're seeing.
And disappearing towards the back, I believe.
Is it disappearing?
I think so.
No, it's coming on.
Oh, is it coming on?
It is coming on. Oh, and we're going to get an Io transit in a little bit, too.
Oh, nice.
Maybe that's a shadow.
Maybe. I don't think it's oblong, though.
That would be a pretty big shadow.
No, and I'm not seeing a shadow on Sky Safari, so it's definitely not a shadow.
It's been so long since I've looked at Jupiter, like, at least this side of Jupiter.
Mhm.
I know.
So I don't even know what it's been looking like lately. I
It's been
mean,
a year,
for those
huh?
who are unaware, Jupiter does change in appearance. You can
Yes.
watch the clouds change over time. So
Yeah, if you watch it on the course of a night, you'll watch the Great Red Spot come on and go off or not be there at all.
Yeah.
It's got a 9-hour rotation period. So if you look at Jupiter tonight and then again tomorrow night, it's completely different. And like Steven
Completely
said, stuff
different.
can happen.
Yeah.
Stuff can hit it, and then we'll see scars sometimes, which is rare, but it can happen.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that would happen. Shoemaker Living 9, but
Shoemaker leaving 9. That's right.
um,
And there was one
Did you-
not long ago
just-
too.
I just slapped this camera on here right before we started this stream. But I didn't look up the moon order. If you guys have that handy.
Yeah, so I was looking at that, and it looks like the image is flipped vertically, because I got Io and Ganymede there off to the right, and Io is
you
the
mean
inner.
horizontally?
Well, this is what I'm seeing. Can you see that? Is that right?
Oh
on your
yeah,
screen?
okay,
No, that's flipped. That's both. That's flipped both.
gotcha. Okay, well, let me.
So that would put the Great Red Spot on that upper. Okay.
Yeah. Io and Ganymede are really close together on one side, and then
Yeah,
you've
you're
got
right now.
Europa and Callista on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Now you're oriented right, and you can actually see
Europa.
Jupiter there. That's actually coming out surprisingly clear with me.
It is.
And my image is better than yours for once, Steven.
Yeah, you're cheating us.
It's a little
The
shaky. The wind is blowing.
Transparency was great, but the seeing.
The seeing is not so great. Yeah. A little high,
Right.
Let me get to some comments here. I feel like I'm neglecting some of the people. Dennis says, "Greetings from Germany, guys. What's up, Dennis?" And this is one thing that Joe that I like about StreamYard is you just click on the comment over here and it pops up right on the screen. Sometimes that'll get you in trouble.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not saying that was me, but it was me. It wasn't me. I mean, some guy said something, and then
what had happened was
I didn't pre-read. Sarah says, "Oh shucks." So this is how far I am behind. I'm so sorry, guys. I mean, there's comments everywhere. Let's get through some of these while Stephen is recalibrating. Salsa says, "I highly recommend Haas. Cannot say enough good things about them. Love it. I agree."
Thank you.
Haas has been around for a long, long time, and it only survives because the next group of people care and love it so much that they work hard to keep it as it is. And Joe is the next step in that evolution for sure.
Thanks. No, it's I tell people there are a lot of dedicated volunteers who help keep the ship afloat and keep it running. It's amazing, and people are amazed that it's an all volunteer organization. Nobody gets paid for this. We do this all in our spare time, but it's a labor of love.
100%. We just got away from the lagoon, Aaron. All you need to do is rewind it, and you can check that out and look at that crisp image of Saturn.
I'll bring it back. Sorry.
With the Cassini division, just right there. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that.
And there's color. That's what Saturn looks like in an eyepiece, y'all.
Yes.
Like straight up.
The color is going to be changing quite that much, but yeah, there you go.
Right. Yeah. Now that's what it looks like on a night when the air above you is completely frozen and isn't moving at all.
Right.
Your seeing is pretty good, Stephen.
Hello?
Stephen, I think we might have lost Will.
Yeah. Okay. I was worried that was me.
Yeah.
No.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
It's weird. Everything just it's kind of like getting punched, I guess, or like getting knocked out in a boxing match. It's just like everything is frozen, and you're like, "What's going on? I'm fine. What's wrong with y'all?" And then,
there's that moment. Like, is that me? Is that Will?
Yeah?
I don't know. Yeah.
And I'm all stuttering. It's not like like that cartoon character or that character from that show. I forget what the name is. So anyway,
good one.
Yeah, so promote the meetings, Joe.
Oh, I'm on the spot now, right?
Yeah.
We had 2 excellent meetings this past Thursday and Friday. So Thursday was our novice meeting. We had Tom Field, who is the author of RSpec software, and he is the an executive.
Cool guy.
Yeah. What's the term? Editor at Sky and Telescope magazine. And he gave us a nice presentation about spectroscopy. And it's only been the last couple of years that I've just been absolutely fascinated by that particular field of study. It's amazing how much you can learn from stars and other objects by studying the spectra. And he gave us a nice presentation on kind of the history of that area of study, how you can get into it, what kind of science you can do as an amateur, right? I mean, this is one of the great things about astronomy in general is, guys like myself and Will, we can actually contribute to significant science, right? I mean, we don't need the pedigree of a Stephen to actually help out, right?
You know how I started, how I really got into this was I had a little star analyzer, and I started off just measuring. I tried to confirm distances to galaxies by measuring I'd find a supernova that was bright enough I can get a low res spectrum of it and measure the redshift. Do the expansion of the universe. So hey, it actually helped me get this job. Absolutely. Honestly.
And then our Friday general meeting, we had Dr. Martin Huarte from the University of Houston actually talk to us about a lot of the research that he's doing, but kind of combining the data and computing side of astronomy with the physical science part of it. And a lot of the things that they're doing to help model and figure out why they're getting so many different shapes from planetary nebula, right? You would think a planetary would just kind of grow out. And then we were looking at the Calabash Nebula. Stephen, I don't know if you've ever seen that one, but really interesting the way that, from a bilobal kind of system, it's just so highly irregular and asymmetrical. And he's doing some pretty incredible science around that to figure out how they're, how things show up that way, how the jets kind of shoot out in opposite directions, and what other influences may be there. He shared a lot of the data that he was gathering, and it was pretty incredible. So those are both up on the HAS Facebook page, Houston Astronomical Society, and our YouTube site. So anybody who'd like to, is more than welcome to go out and look at them.
Yeah, I definitely want to check out that planetary nebula one. Yeah, I was just looking at the moon orientations there. Yeah,
Enceladus. I'm sorry, Enceladus. Yeah,
Enchiladas. I like
enchilada.
Enchiladas.
Tethys.
It's a very delicious moon.
See the super faint one right there? It's not
Mimas?
on the. Maybe Mimas isn't on the.
Yeah,
here.
It's Mimas. Yeah. Because then you've got Tethys is the one just to the right. That's crazy. You're picking up Mimas. Yeah, Tethys, then Rhea and Titan up that way.
Yeah, Titan
that's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Titan's a bright old thing out there, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's easy to see.
And we forgot Dione all the way to the left there. There you go, Dione.
Yep. Dione. Yep.
And enchiladas on
enchiladas. Interesting.
Yeah, it's my favorite moon because it's delicious. Megan says, "Yay! Finally made it to alive! Yay! We're glad you did."
Welcome, Megan.
As well. Yeah, she says, "Hey, Will, I did some stuff since I saw you last. I finished 3 weeks pre-cal class and passed, and I found out I was in my school's top 10. Your lives are inspiring and make me want to learn." Wow, that's amazing, Megan.
Man.
Congratulations!
Oh, congrats.
Man,
round of applause. Round of applause. That is fantastic, man. Good job. Good job. Pavin says it's a mermaid. I guess you're talking about the swan, maybe?
The swan, maybe?
Yeah, I could see a mermaid in there, I guess. Yeah.
I think so.
What do you guys want to see next?
Something with color, but Aaron says there are some dark brown storm clouds in Jupiter right now, which could be what it is. And then as we go to our next object, we're going to welcome in Mr. Ron Sparkman, the space dude. The space dude.
What's going on, everybody? How's it going?
How's it going, Ron?
Good. Good to see everybody.
Absolutely, dude. Great to see you. How you been since we last convened for coffee? Well, I know you're not having coffee, but
yeah, absolutely. I can't have coffee. I got to go to bed here soon. Good, man. Things have been a little bit crazy, but definitely good. But definitely want to come on and stare at a few things here for a little bit. I know we had the opposition and stuff going on with Jupiter. I was watching one on slew a little bit earlier. So I was like, Steven's got the big guns.
Yeah, he's got the nice stuff. We saw some kind of feature on Jupiter that we're not real sure what it was, but did you end up capturing any of that, Steven, on that other camera?
Yeah,
oh, you did?
I saved 2,000 frames of it, which I'll go through later. But
Aaron says he saw it last night and that it's brown for sure. So we found the great brown spot.
Great brown spot. There you go.
It's almost as big as the great red spot. Honestly,
it looks big, doesn't it?
Just in time.
The marginally sized brown spot is what we're going to call it.
I'm gonna go back to it just because
the MSBS. There you go. Marginally sized brown spot.
Oh God, it's gonna be trending tomorrow.
Hashtag.
It's exactly right. You know what? I'm gonna start it. Let's go.
There you go.
Bring it back up. Let me grab a screenshot real quick.
I'll put it on there. We're going to get Jupiter. Don't you worry. Megan says, I currently have a red dot finder for my telescope. Is there anything you all recommend? Yes. Telrad.
Yes.
Who are the 5 greatest rappers in hip hop? Telrad. I'm just kidding.
And Rigel, right?
Rigel, whatever.
Yeah, we can't leave them out.
We Telrad breaks, you know.
If your Telrad breaks, you got to ride. Are you a Rigel man, Joe? I thought you were
No, I'm a Telrad guy. I was just trying to be fair to the Rigel folks.
Okay. We have a guy in my club that's a Rigel guy, and he's kind of weird, so I don't know.
Yeah. They're just a little too high for me. I guess if you have a certain telescope, maybe it works, but yeah, I can't do it.
I agree with you, man. Brad says on December 21st, Jupiter and Saturn will be very close in the sky. That's right. I think it's in the western horizon. Which will be very cool. Don't miss that. I'll have I post about all that stuff as it comes along. So I'll try to remind y'all as well as myself, hopefully. Nice show. I enjoyed Jupiter observing session night before last. Nice, Dean. Very good. Hopefully you saw some clear images. Andrew Boyd coming in from Tasmania, Australia. G'day. How you doing?
G'day, Andrew.
Good to see you. Nice. Abduction.
Coffee and guns and ammo.
Coffee and guns
always
and ammo. Here yet again.
Always the best name. That's got to be in Texas.
It's all things in life, right?
I mean, what's a telescope other than a big cannon, right? I mean,
I've seen a couple that are just
that
is like
exactly.
If this was a war zone and I saw that in the dark, I would run away from it.
Right.
Right. You wouldn't want to be anywhere near it if it went off. Yeah. Sarah Silva says, "Wow, congrats, Megan! Absolutely. I don't know what that means.
You have somehow just done something you didn't mean to do. I guarantee.
I've got to start getting better at proofreading. I am bad at this. So says Ron, how is the show with y'all live? You make a great team. These lives are the best on live broadcasting. There you go, Ron. I don't want to cover your face up too long with.
I was going to say you cover my face up with that. I'm trying to figure out what the question was. How is this live? Through a live streaming
with y'all live.
How is the show with y'all live? I mean, it's awesome.
It's going great, right?
I think what she's saying is Ron has been doing a lot of lives lately. He's probably on a live stream more.
We lost him again.
And we lost him.
Oh, yes. Can we? I wish I had control so I can make his face the whole screen right now.
I'm going to screenshot this.
Wait. Hold on. I got this. Give me just a minute because this is going to be amazing.
It.
Oh, Wilbo Baggage, you're in trouble now, bro.
I know.
It's on. Happening. Just give me 1 second.
And I'm already upset about this.
Oh, I'm so stoked for you. Oh, this is not going to take me long at all, bro. I am almost done with my masterpiece. Give me just
I'm
a
just
second.
Going to pretend like it didn't happen and keep on going.
I'm not. Oh, you're not going to be able to ignore it. I'm already there, man. I'm ready. Here we go.
All right, Mr. Photoshop over here.
So Aaron did say, I saw pics on Facebook. It looks like a brown blob. Okay.
You look like a brown.
I doubt it's Saharan dust. I doubt it's Saharan dust, though, right?
You're the brown blob.
You're the brown blob, bro.
That was my nickname growing up, the brown blob.
I missed the first few minutes. Have you looked at the Eagle Nebula and the pillars? We have not, actually.
No, not yet.
So
I'm going there right now.
Oh, see, Steven's already ahead of me on the comments.
Yeah.
He's good about that. So thank you for doing that, Steven. Telrac the Life, Sarah Silva in the house. We call her S. Silva. You know what I'm saying? Telrac. Daisy says, welcome, Ron. Yeah.
Hello. What's happening?
Welcome. Travis, there he is. It's been a while since I could catch one of these live. Well,
honestly, it's been a while since we've done one of these as live. I mean, so it turns out, sir, that had nothing to do with you.
That's right. Yeah, it's been a while. You know, we did a lot sort of at the beginning of the whole thing, and then we all kind of got busy.
Yes.
And time and weather, and you know, that's the thing with astronomy is like people are like, where are your mooncasts? Like what? I'm like, well, if there was a moon, trust me, I would show y'all.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see the moon outside?
Yeah. If y'all can see the moon, then you're doing better than me because it's been just a blanket. Well, I mean, and then it'll clear up, and then it's like Saharan dust everywhere.
Right.
So it's like, you know, it is what it is. But Coffee and Guns, it says he's from California. I mean, that's even better. So like good weather. Your screen name should be like great weather, Coffee and Guns, and ammo and astronomy. Right. And San Francisco or something. I don't know. Just throw it all on there. Dean says, you got it, Salsa. Best team, best show. Oh, well, you're so kind, Dean.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
But notice he said that. Notice he said that
you
after
got me right in the heartstrings, you. I don't know what to do. Just the two of us. You and I.
Just the four of us.
Come to Papa.
Come to Papa. He's like, come to Papa. How about no, Scott? You want this? Never mind.
Oh, don't get me started.
Don't get me started on that one, too, for real.
90s references in the house.
There you go.
Early 2000s, whatever.
Yeah, baby.
Unfortunately, we can't get the Comet, unfortunately, but I might do a live stream over the next several nights if there is a Comet to get in the refractor. We'll try to stream a Comet from my cell phone, which I've never done before. So we'll try to. Whoa! Look at that.
Boom!
That's an album cover right
beautiful.
there, dude. Yeah.
Screwed it up. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
No, it was perfect.
Now, if we could commandeer one of the telescopes in Hawaii right now, we might be able to get the Comet.
Yeah, exactly. Or if we could get off planet somehow.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
We can get just pop right off the planet just for a minute.
Yeah.
Can we just like get off planet for a few moments here?
I would love that.
No, seriously, if somebody could just get me off the planet, that'd be super cool. Does anybody know Elon Musk? Does anybody know that guy right there? Look at this guy. Oh my God, you guys. Look at this guy.
Hashtag number one.
All right. Hey, you guys like astronomy? Be a whole lot cooler if you did.
Okay, at least it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It wasn't as bad as I thought.
No,
it was gonna be.
the eyes were at least open, right? It's when you get
right,
them,
exactly,
you know, closed or,
like the
or almost closed.
where I'm like,
yeah.
Travis Hunter says life is changing. I'm moving to Falcon. Well, now we all know a guy who's working on Falcon, guys. So congratulations, Travis. Big news, buddy. Big news, man. Congratulations. That's amazing. So now I can say I have two friends that work for SpaceX. Even though I've never met you in person, Travis, I think you're a cool dude. So
best
there you go.
tour ever.
Best tour ever.
It was, seriously, man. You gave a great tour.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait for my tour. I can't wait for mine. Tony Mendoza.
You'll never escape the Yoo-hoo thing.
I know. I almost bought one the other day just for a time like this, but I didn't because it's horrible chocolate water.
Well, one day, I swear to God, to the moon, Alice. To the moon.
You know what, though? I went to Sam's Club, which is a thing we have here in Texas. I don't know if they have them everywhere. Maybe they do.
Yeah, Walmart owns them. They're everywhere. They're all over the world. Have you ever been to a 7-Eleven? I don't know if they have those anywhere else. Yeah, of course we have.
We really don't have that down here in Texas, actually. We don't have 7-Elevens, which is hilarious you bring that up.
That's right.
It's kind of funny. It is funny. Yeah, it's not really a Texas thing. Well, I mean, you guys have all the oil there, so it's all the people that started there.
Yeah, we don't need
Everybody else
7-Eleven.
has to have it shipped to them, and 7-Eleven's the person that can get that done.
We don't need 7-Eleven. We just pump the gas right out the ground.
We pump it out of the ground into our guns, right into the tanks. Texas America.
Stephen lives so close to the Permian Basin. He has like a gas well just down the road. That's where he does.
Basically.
Chocolate Yoo-hoo, by the way. Chocolate Yoo-hoo. That's what the Great Brown Spot is made of, right? So.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Regular
Great Yoo-hoo spot.
I read that article, that study that was done by Princeton the other day. We'll get to some more comments here. And that was a beautiful eagle. I mean, I feel like we glossed over that one, but man, what a beautiful, gorgeous nebula.
Look at
that really is. I mean, just such an amazing. I mean, and anytime you do that in a telescope, it's not going to look quite like that, but it'll look similar. You'll see the sort of nebulosity with the star cluster. Dean Taylor says, was here in eastern Kentucky enjoying the skies and meteor shower. Oh, which one is it? The Delta something or others? Was it the Delta Disappointeds? I think.
Oh yeah,
Disappointeds is still the best one yet. Oh man.
And it's not my material. I stole it, but it's still funny. Yes,
it's so good.
So Stephen, have you moved away from the Eagle cluster? Excuse me, the Eagle Nebula. Okay.
It is a cluster.
Yeah.
M11 is what's next.
M11.
Stephen is the murderer in a really strange, like hard sci-fi, like scientifically accurate movie. He's like slowly disappearing into the background. All you can see is the glimmer off of his glasses. Is like, did you know that Galileo discovered that I was the center of the universe?
No, he's got a secret plan to put a laser in the 102 inch.
You just recently discovered the dark. I was born in it. Molded by it. I was born by it. There was nothing even binding.
Travis has a question for the panel here. I just watched something on Planet 9. What's y'all's take on it?
The most recent crazy thing I heard was that it is a black hole the size of a baseball.
I've heard the same thing. Yes.
Yeah. Wait. And normally I would giggle at that, and I do giggle at that. But one of the very few places that I've seen it in a couple places, and two of those places are places I trust. One of them is Astronomy magazine, and two is Universe Today, and I've seen it on both.
I've seen.
So this is not something that probably isn't, but it has been said, and that's the most recent thing I heard about it. But I thought they were saying that was possible that Planet 9 could be a Planet 9 and a Planet 10 because the guy that had basically, which I thought was pretty funny, it was what was his name, Mike Smith, that was really the main guy behind demoting Pluto.
Michael Brown.
Right? Mike Brown, that's what it was. The medium brown spot.
The name,
the medium brown spot. That's his new nickname.
Yeah, brown spot after, right?
So we never get to meet him. I hope he, doesn't. Maybe he's already asleep. But I did hear that he was one of the people that was kind of saying he was that they thought there might be a couple out there. Now, I mean, if there's any more recent or interesting ideas, I mean, this is a group of the guys that's going to know about it, I'm sure.
Well, it's definitely not a baseball-sized black hole, but
I think it's fun to think about. It's one of those things like, oh, maybe it kind of mathematically makes sense, but then how did it get there? How did it form?
Right.
Is it an evaporated one from the early universe that just got trapped by the sun and a chance happening? Is that what pulled Jupiter and Saturn away from the sun, bro? And
well, if I remember correctly, black holes don't move, right?
Oh, they can move. Yeah, they can. They're.
Well, that's how you get the mergers and everything else. Well,
yeah. But you've got rogue black holes out there for sure. I mean, Cygnus X1 is the first example that comes to the mind, which was one of the first, I think, black holes discovered. Maybe that was one of the earlier ones, anyway.
Really?
But, It's in Cygnus, and it's
and in health,
and in health, and with you. But yeah, so it's a black hole for sure. That's why I named that song that, honestly.
That was what I was guessing.
Tony Mendel says, so real question about NEO-wise, is the position changing each day? Absolutely.
Changing minute by minute.
Minute by minutos. Yeah. Here in PA tonight, he says it was far more north-northwest than we expected, not even close to the position Star Walk 2 app. Yeah, sometimes, Tony, those apps can be a little bit off. You kind of just have to use them as a guidepost a little bit. I will say that Sky Safari Pro is far more accurate. It's not a plug. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. That's just what I use, and it's very, very nice. But yes, this Comet is hauling. We're going to talk about this Comet coming up here in a minute. I've got a Sky Safari Pro simulation that we can get into. So we can look at it like outside of, if we could just step off planet for a second, that's what we're going to do. We're going to look at it in the plane of our solar system and how it sort of came in and it's gone around. And then we'll look at it in the nighttime sky over the next several days so you guys will know where to look. at least from northern latitudes. If you're in Tasmania, sorry, Andrew, but I mean, we could switch over to down under. And
the southern hemisphere has gotten more than their fair share of nice comets over the last few years. So you can give this one to us, right?
Yes,
we're so overdue.
Exactly.
Preach it, brother Caliph.
Hmm.
Look at them pixels. Jeez.
What happened was.
Is this what I think it is?
What do you think it is?
What do you think it is? Thank you.
I know it's a planetary nebula, and I think it's the Saturn Nebula.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But I don't remember ever it being.
Kind of looks like a spinning top.
Yeah,
because I look at it visually.
Just say it looks
always like a gray.
Visually.
It looks exactly like that in my telescopes I use. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, now it definitely looks like a spinning top.
You got altitude and aperture, sir.
Flyers.
Exactly.
These are fast moving low ionization emission regions, or flyers, coming off the sides.
I love that they tied that into the name of it. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
What did you call it? Fast luminous what?
Fast low emission. But no, okay. Fast low emission ionizing radiation.
Yeah.
What was it again? I just said it, but I already forgot. I wasn't reading off of something. I'm just really tired.
So everything space related, there's an acronym, right? So what is that? Flare?
Try. Flyers. Man, I can't even
very
remember.
quiet.
It was, yeah. We're all trying to figure out what it stands for again. Low
to the Google.
Ionized radiation. Basically.
Where are you at, Sky Telescope?
I think I'm back now. Am I back? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. That's why it was so quiet.
Backstreet's back. All right.
Fast low ionization emission regions.
Fast.
That's it. Fast low ionization. That's it. Because you can kind of see they're red. They're not as energized as some of the bluer areas. So it's lower ionization.
Low ionized. Yep.
And it's emitting radiation. So there you go. Gotta make it spell something.
There you go. Real quick, I want to do a shout out to everybody on my personal Facebook page. Sorry I haven't been able to see y'all's comments because it doesn't show for whatever reason. So sorry, Joshua. Good to see you though, brother. Fellow glass blower from times of old. Good to see you, man. Lyra says I didn't finish my Sam's Club story. That's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
They never end well.
Those Sam's Club stories never end well. No, sir. No,
not never.
How many days NEOWISE will be visible from Earth? Well, that's the next couple of weeks as long as she holds together, right?
I'm going to say it depends, right?
Yeah. We'll see. We'll find out.
Yeah, I'm going to show. We'll talk about that in a second. Travis says, what drives the black hole's trajectory? I've always thought things orbited around the black hole, like the one in the center of our galaxy. Yeah, kind of, but they can move. They can get thrown out of galaxies when galaxies merge. From what I understand, they can merge with other black holes and become one crazy, insane black hole. I don't know, Stephen, school us, man. On black hole movements.
Learn us about black holes.
I mean,
learn us.
Yeah, they're moving through space just like anything else, and if there's something else massive, it'll draw towards it, and yeah, I mean there's nothing particular that drives them other than I guess like where their neighborhood and what they were doing.
Absolutely. So, for example, the Andromeda Galaxy, the Milky Way Galaxy moving towards each other, and at some point, billions and billions of years into the future, it's likely those two black holes will merge, correct?
Probably, yep.
Yeah, they sync to a common center, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they'll sync together over enough time.
Over enough time, right.
And we know what it sounds like, weirdly, because of LIGO.
That's true.
That's right.
That's true.
Yes.
Black holes
that's trippy.
We can listen to black holes and neutron stars merge.
Yes.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's called dubstep.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. I enjoy the cat head nebula behind you there, Ron. That's beautiful. It's Oh, that was stupid though. So the Saturn Nebula, man. Let's put it up to a vote here. What do y'all want to see? I know we had some people putting out some great stuff. I'm gonna look through my. Oh,
it's getting more
Stephen.
Yeah,
1993 of that nebula right there.
How big is your field of view?
Ooh,
are you wanting the veil?
No, I was gonna see about either the bug. Well, I know you can do the bug, but what about the cat's paw?
Oh, that's darn low, isn't it?
Is it low? Yeah.
I was gonna say
it's kind of going down now a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do it just because I couldn't use the full aperture of the telescope anyway.
Okay, no worries.
So a few weeks ago, I was at the HAS Dark site, and I hadn't looked at these objects in, it seems like forever, but M4 and M5 were just absolutely stunning.
Oh, you know what? Never mind. I'm going to do it.
You're going to do what?
Oh,
the cat's paw.
Go for the cat's paw? There we go.
Yeah.
Stephen does what he wants.
The cat's paw, come on.
Whatever. I do what I want.
We're going to do the cat's paw. Whoa. Wrong
That's
button.
What are you doing now? Look at the cat's nebula.
Terry Rhodes says the
Comet. I can't see the screen right now. All I hear is just like craziness. I have no idea what you guys.
Oh man,
pure Arnold in the house. Terry Rhodes says the comet was higher in the sky than I expected. We'll post a picture tomorrow. Thank you, Terry. That's good information to have. Absolutely.
Where's Terry out of by chance?
Yeah, Terry, tell us where you're from again, man. Absolutely. Joshua Gage says, Will, I'm amazed how far you've come hanging out with these stars. No pun intended. I'm freaking out about solar flares. Could we all really die from one good burst? Yes, but don't worry about that, I don't think, because we've had one of the most insanely powerful bursts in the history of humanity back in, I think, the 1800s, called the Carrington event.
Yep.
It did set telegraph wires on fire and the Morse code machines, set on fire due to a solar flare. But that's an extremely rare event. There's only been a couple of those in recorded history, and
it's on average the odds of something like that happening in the next 30 years are 8%.
There we go.
I do a talk on that stuff. So.
You can't get any more precise than that. So,
and in the next 30 years, I've got a much higher chance of dying because of the Taco Bell, right? So
yes,
that's true.
Yeah, or Yoo-hoo if you drink too much.
Not a knock on Taco Bell, by the way. So.
You drink that Yoo-hoo.
I'm on the cat's paw.
Okay.
But I'm only
get off of it. That's painful.
Oh, you're right.
This is rude, bro.
I'm using maybe 20% of the aperture of the telescope. The rest is aimed at the wall.
It's huge. Look at how big this thing is. I can already kind of see it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna start actually stacking these.
I mean, what's the deal? Why only 20%, bro? I mean,
here's some requests, Stephen, for when you're done. If this doesn't work out for us, Blue Snowball, Veil. Veil's huge. I don't know if we'd get that in there.
Oh, totally.
Oh, we could.
I mean, not the whole thing, but Veil's.
But
awesome.
the Witch's Broom and all that, we could definitely see that.
Yeah,
Brad Sloan says the Helix Nebula. The Helix.
Is that up?
It's Dark Matrix.
It's Dark Matrix.
Mr. Anderson, if you can't speak.
I hate it. It's filthy.
It's like I can't stand it. Points it off of his mouth. It's like
I'm ready to be turned off. I'm
sickened by it.
Have a good night, coffee and guns. We have got to stop with the 90s reference. They're making me I almost passed out. I was laughing so hard. It's ridiculous.
Trinity! Help!
Oh. I'm getting the vapors over here.
It's not gonna get a whole lot better than that.
Yeah, that's about
the reflection off the wall, kind of hazing it up.
But that is the cat's paw, and y'all can imagine that. This thing is big, and it's a beautiful. It's an H2 region, right, Stephen?
Yep.
Yeah.
That looks very H alpha E.
H alpha ish.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have darks. That would help.
Stephen and I looked at this through night vision at the Prude Ranch.
So cool.
Earlier this summer, and That was nutso. Absolutely nutso. But friend of ours, Mark Farage, has some insane night vision and a 25-inch telescope. And so Stephen and I just went on a grand tour of the sky. Not this guy.
Grand tour, yes.
Of this guy, yeah.
The grand tour. We don't want a grand tour of this guy.
A grand tour of this guy?
No, this guy.
What about this guy?
Everything.
No, this guy or the sky? Excuse me
Josh,
while I kiss this guy.
Joshua says, but if it's like earthquakes, maybe we only seen a 4.0 recorded. I fear the sun more than the COVID. The more I read, will I trust? Yeah, so I would fear the COVID more right now.
You should be terrified
because it's more in your face, literally and metaphorically. But the sun is always a concern. Now, I will put your mind at ease, Josh, that a lot of the electronics that we have in global positioning satellites and earthbound electronics, things like this, has been shielded over time to prevent something like the Carrington event, to keep your phone from exploding in your pocket if something like this happens. The reason those telegraph machines exploded was because the antennas that the stuff moved along actually ended up acting like an antenna for the energy and magnified it. So it actually picked it up like a magnifying glass, if you will, and then concentrated it down into these machines. It would be catastrophic. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think we would. We
wouldn't be turned back to the Stone
Age. What? It would be. What would it be?
Catastrophic.
Catastrophic.
Oh,
catastrophic.
You don't want that, but trust me, when we're prioritizing stuff to be scared S-less about, COVID should be right there, and
the Rona's right up at the top. Yep.
Solar flares like down here. Maybe I'd be more worried, honestly, Josh. What keeps me up at night is, for some reason, we're getting rickrolled. What I'm more worried about is a comet like Neowise coming around the sun, and we didn't see it, and that's it. This thing is hauling Butakas. So,
or even there, right? A comet or a fragment of a comet, right? These things break apart all the time, and there's no telling with the way that it might break apart, the dynamics of everything that goes along with it. If a nice chunk of that comet ends up getting hurled our way.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
There's
not to be all gloom and gloom and everything, but yeah.
An asteroid is even scarier because we wouldn't even really know. It would just be like a Chelyabinsk Sunday, It'd be like, oh, isn't the sky just bright? What's that? Oh,
and
it's
then
over.
Boom. Yeah. Yeah.
So here's the veil. Now y'all can see it running north and south through the image there, right to the right of that star. But look at how detailed and colorful that is, man. You can actually see the reds and the blues.
Yeah, in one shot. Yeah, in the monochrome camera, like, you see more structure, but you lose that color, and that really, this is such an awesomely colored object to have that contrast between the red and the blue.
Absolutely.
It's dim. I'll try to bring out a little more, but yeah, it's a cool one.
Travis says Stephen sounds like Elon during a company talk.
Okay.
Whatever. Okay, buddy.
Okay, buddy. How you doing, that guy? What's going on, buddy? I'm not your friend, pal.
What did you got down here, Ron? You got the Starliner launch, or no? That's Falcon 9.
Yeah.
CRS-20.
What's happening down over here?
Awesome. We got that on here, and then we got the veil over here.
Let's go to a different.
What's behind it?
What, behind the veil? You don't want to know, man.
You don't want to know.
You don't want to go behind the veil. Okay. You don't want to go right there.
I've been to Thailand.
I don't know what that means, but there's a rocket launch.
It's an awesome rocket launch, is what that is.
Yeah, dude, that was a fun one. We were, I think 4 nautical miles away from the launch pad. Which I think is about 3 or 4 regular miles. So we were close, and it's still amazing how long it takes for the sound to get to you.
Oh yeah,
when that's going off. But yeah, it was a beautiful launch. Brad says a new movie called Greenland about a comet hitting Earth in pieces. Oh, that'll be fun. A shotgun comet. which would be an absolute devastating nightmare. So, like, you know, the reality of what would happen in a
oh God, guess who's in it? Gerard Butler, which means it's going to be over the top.
Oh, is that who's in it?
Yeah, Gerard Butler's in it. It's like coming next summer. Gerard Butler's going to come into you in a movie that's not going to make any sense at all, but there will be abs.
There will be abs.
Count me and an accent and a beard. He's going to look up at the sky and be completely confused. Which is exactly what he's doing in the trailer I'm watching right now. Give me 1 second. I'll play the trailer for you. I can play it in the background.
But what part of the veil is that, Stephen? Is that just more towards the eastern side of it, or?
Yeah, it's part of the eastern veil.
Okay. So if you know anything about the Veil Nebula, then you know it's a supernova remnant and it's huge.
Yeah.
On the sky. What is it, like 2 or 3 lunar diameters across or something like that?
More than that.
4 or 5?
Across? 6.
Yeah. Is it 6?
Big.
Okay, so it's about the same size as Andromeda.
Yeah.
Essentially, or at least wide.
Yeah. Wide, but also equally long in the other direction.
Oh, really?
It's big.
Yeah,
I think
it's circular. Yeah, it's circular, right.
Like 16 full moons or something in total or something like that.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that. That's huge.
It's huge, yeah.
It's huge.
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 I can't believe it. It's going to be the best comet ever. I can't wait to see Comet DOIs. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be big and purple, and it's going to be the most beautiful thing ever because I'm the president, and that's why I get the best comets, okay?
as soon as your ad goes away, we can check out the.
I'm trying to show that actual thing, but it's just not working. So I'll just pop out of the background.
I don't want
to be like,
look at that. Here's Ron on an ad for Ron on an ad. Dude, and
hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome to
Sperm.
All right,
hey, Dr. Squatch. What the
Dr.
heck
Squatch? Yeah, Dr. Squatch, and it's Squatch is exactly what you think it is. It's Sasquatch. It's for men.
Oh my God!
For the man who has
I have a
everything.
knack for putting things on the screen at the exact wrong time.
At a good time right now.
Dr.
It's a good time to put me on the screen right
now.
Wow, we're in a
We've
whole
evolved,
territory of scum and villainy here.
Proper villains.
I'll get to some comments while we're waiting.
This is why I don't invite y'all on my
exactly. Yeah, it would just be a disaster.
Well, we wouldn't do this on the McDonald's one. We would know to behave, but this is ours, and we do what we want.
Yeah, if I was on the McDonald's one, I'd be wearing a suit and tie.
There you go.
Green
right?
screen.
Monocle, top hat.
Exactly. You saw the thing that we did. You know, I was very professional on that.
There you go.
Yeah.
He was like not having any of it. Yeah, that you sold it, bro.
You sold it.
All right, I don't even.
Yeah, Joshua, I would definitely worry about.
Cells.
We do have some brain cells left, though. That's a good thing. Look at how as you're developing that image, though, dude. Look at that. I mean, look at.
Yeah.
You could almost fake that as a comet picture, Stephen.
Ha.
I don't know how far away you were from a microphone, but we got the echo and everything. It made it so much better. So much better.
We got sound, we're going to sound sample him and put him in one of Deep Sky Dude's songs. So just be like,
there you go.
Oh my God. And it'll be in the song. The song will be called Fake Comet Picture. I don't even think you didn't even. This is definitely not the. This is definitely not the trailer for that movie. That's Lonely Island and someone.
Michael Bolton.
That's who it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jack Sparrow. He's gonna be Jack Sparrow in like 2 minutes. We're
gonna get a copyright strike if we show any more than that.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Can we see? There's a very important comment. That very last one, Will, is one we definitely have to talk about.
Oh man, there's been like 15 of them. Oh wow, yeah. Hey, thanks, Josh. Look at that. Thank you, man. $5.
Yeah.
You bought me a digital coffee, man. Thank you so much. That is amazing. I didn't know that was possible. I guess I did because of YouTube, but I didn't know that it would come through like that. So
I've never actually seen that happen. That's
Thank
cool.
you, man. I'll give all these guys $1 to kind of split it up whenever I see them next time. So thank you, man. You're the man, Joshua. Like I said, I know Joshua from a long time ago, my glass blowing days, and which those are not over, by the way. I'm actually building a new shop right now, so I'm gonna get back on the glass eventually. I promise. I don't know why this is up, but there it is. Oh yeah, I won for the art contest for glass.
Just a quick note, bro. I don't think you want to brag about getting back on the glass.
In a manner of speaking, I do. Yes.
What was that? 2017, Will?
Yeah, I think that it might have been. Yeah, at Texas Star Party, I won the art contest for a glass sculpture that I did, which was pretty cool.
It was a beautiful glass sculpture. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I do glass telescopes that aren't functioning; they're just decorative, and so I did a few of those, and I called it the upper field. I think is what I did that year. So there was a few different types of telescopes and arrangements. So
I cannot wait for the next 5 comments. I'm so stoked. 4 comments. 4 of them. I don't even know that it's bad. It's just nonsense.
I'm trying to make it out. Yeah.
Like, I can't, like, well, I mean, one of them was my name. The rest of them, like, Cold Stone. Like, now all of a sudden I want Cold Stone Creamery. Like, that's not cool. Well, you got to say that at 12:15 in the morning for it.
I think the K button might be stuck.
The K button?
Yeah.
Well, it's 2 different people. So it's 2 different spams.
Oh, it is. Yeah, no, it is.
That are giving us the weirdness over there.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I see. I see what's going on here.
Oh, there's another one.
I see what's going on here.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Aaron wants to know if we can do a galaxy. I think we could. Monochrome, you see a little more detail, but you can get it. So with color.
Yeah, the galaxies kind of suck in this
do they?
camera. Yeah, I mean, well, I could do one. I don't know which
Could
one.
you do
kind of in the zone of avoidance right now.
Is it what about like Albirio or La Superba, like a colored star that we could see maybe?
Oh, I could do that, or I could also do this. The super colorful.
Let me get to some
nebula.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very cool. Tulip Nebula is a nice target, not far from the Veil. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with the Tulip. If you told me the NGC number, I might recognize it. But
Tulip. I haven't heard that one.
Might be one of those weird made-up names.
Yeah.
But the weird made-up names always end up sticking. So
I was going to say, as opposed to the other made-up names that are recognized now.
Michael McLaughlin says, apologies if this has already been asked. But any chance of telescopic view of the comet soon in the pre-dawn hours? So, Michael, the comet is now in the post-evening or during evening skies, I guess. So, right as the sun goes down, look west, low on the horizon. You're going to need a very low horizon because it's very low right now. But the next couple of nights, it's going to keep getting higher. We're going to talk about that. I keep saying that. Maybe we should do that soon. I don't know, but we should definitely look at the Ring Nebula. Look at that. And the Spiral Galaxy.
Yeah, right there.
I see 4,000 something or other.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That is.
Yeah, it's just a few seconds of exposure, so it's not bad. It's kind of noisy. You can kind of see the pattern of noise there, but...
Look at that Spiral Galaxy, though, man. That's beautiful.
That is beautiful. Yeah.
How you doing, Anastasia? Thanks for joining us.
Hello.
Travis says the old McGregor test stand could stand so close to the Falcon 9 that you could see, I don't know what those are, what they'll stand for, light, and then feel the blast almost instantly, the good old days. I can tell you, Travis, that when that thing lit off, that Falcon 9, the heat I could feel it. I could definitely feel it from Starliner, but I could feel it from the Falcon 9 as well, even from, something like 4 miles away. It's pretty insane. It said, dude, that soap is so good. I have pine tar, smells like the forest. I love the smell of pine. I think that was from the ad. Yeah, thank you, Stephen.
Yeah. It's got a bit of real Panther.
Get right first.
I'm not gonna lie, it smells like pure gasoline. Okay,
it smells like pure gasoline. And then look, Joshua gave us some more money here. Look at this. He gave us $15. He says, if you have to divvy it up, I own a shop and don't blow glass. He owns a glass shop, which is awesome. I try to sell as much U.S. glass as I can. Hard with price of imports and competition. Absolutely. Yeah. But I still support U.S. And you're the man, Josh. You're the man. I'll buy all these guys a coffee.
Say, what is Josh's shop?
Post it down, Josh, if you would. Post I know he has a link to it, so I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Aaron says, laughing my butt off, fake comet picture. That's right. We should talk about that maybe, or maybe we shouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
What?
Thank you for bringing it to my attention, because I saw it and I was in passing and I've been busy, so it's like, one of those things. But it's a thing. People do fake comet pictures, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a couple of I saw one earlier that buddy of mine from CS Astro was going off on. Like, he's like, it's not like, this is wrong. It wouldn't look like this. It wouldn't be over here because this, like, it's going over a mountain, and in this state or whatever, it would be going the other way. Like, he was breaking it all down, man.
That's what it says on Tata.
People fake comet pictures?
Yes.
What? Hold on a second.
Why?
I'll show you exactly the one that I'm talking about.
I bet you it's the same one Stephen and I, because I'm following the guy, and
is it Thomas Slavinsky?
No, that's a different one. Oh, there's multiple fakers.
Oh my God. I mean, what are they getting, a bunch of hits or something like that, or what?
No, they're getting tons of hits. Absolutely. Yeah.
Really?
Okay, so here is where is Shirt of Korean right now? Find it here.
I heard an uh-oh from Steven. Is everything okay?
Oh, I meant like, there's more than one.
Oh, okay.
So many fakers.
Yeah.
So
Aaron says, LOL, it's art. So Aaron and I and Steven are talking about the same guy. Yeah.
It's art. It's walking noise.
We're getting a little more specific. We're narrowing down the...
I got that one if you want to throw it up there real quick.
Travis, we were looking at the Ring Nebula. Sorry, we completely glossed over that one. That's one of the most beautiful planetary nebulas in the sky. And Travis, whenever I bring my telescope to wherever you're at to show you around the night sky, we're definitely looking at that one for sure. So I will get you there. Ron, you need it on the screen?
I needed to. I don't know why it's not screen sharing.
Is it maybe because we have too many? No, we can. Oh, I see why.
Oh.
I see why.
How come? There we go.
Yeah, so, that's not the one that I was talking about.
Yeah, so that was the one that Dave Warner was breaking down.
Wow.
He was saying, he's like, this is an artistic rendering. It does not represent the size and brightness of Comet Neowise. This artist has stacked a magnified image of the comet, probably several pictures taken at 5 to 10 second exposures to get the details of the gas and ion, light blue tails, and then composited over a foreground. Note that the person in the image is lit from the right with a long shadow extending to the left. When the comet begins its evening appearance in the sky, it will appear much smaller and dimmer than this. So this one, he's great at it. He's the guy that we do. He just does so much for Colorado Springs Astronomical Society. So his breakdown of that was just saying, like, it's a beautiful composite picture. However, it is definitely a composite.
Breaking it down.
The tail curving towards the sun too, right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah. So there's a couple of things here. Now, what's the one that you guys are talking about? I kind of want to see that one.
When you bring it up. Oh yeah, that too. Albirio there.
There's Albirio.
I'm just pretending like Ron didn't say anything. No, but this is real quick though. Before we get to that, this is Albirio, which I think is one of the more spectacular double stars in the sky.
Absolutely.
It's gorgeous.
And it's got a beautiful sapphire blue star companion. It's actually an optical companion. They're not actual binary companions. They're just along the same line of sight. And then that huge blue, or the huge orangey, like, look at that. Now that's what it looks like in a telescope. So we talk about color and stuff like that earlier. You don't see a whole lot of color in the nebulas. The light's weak. It's in the red. So if your eye isn't really picking it out. When at night, when you're outside in the dark, you're using your rods and not your cones. And your cones are what detect color. But this right here will activate your cones for sure. Oh, yeah. And that was kind of weird what I said there. I'm so
glad that you decided to call out yourself on that one, because I'm like,
yeah, I was gonna say I'm just gonna hold my tongue. Man.
Ron's just gonna pop over here.
I knew you were, and that's the only reason why I preemptive struck. I was like,
thank you so much, man. Like, listen, I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to talk at work tomorrow. I'm glad I don't have any interviews this week. I almost bit my tongue off.
Enjoy your day off.
Enjoy your day off.
Yeah, your day off.
Seriously, my phone just let me know to enjoy my day off.
This optical double,
it's not a day off.
Not too far from the Veil Nebula that we were just looking at.
That's right. That's exactly right. It's in the constellation Cygnus, which again is very famous constellation because it's just got so much stuff in it. I mean, it's just a constant parade of stuff. But these stars that we're seeing here, at least the one that's closer to us, is 430 light years away. And I'm not exactly sure which one is which. Let me define that for you guys, because I can do that here in Sky Safari. So it looks like the bright one, on the upper left, is the one that's 430 light years away. And then the little blue companion is actually 400 light years away. So they're separated by about 30 light years.
Yeah.
And that's far enough, Stephen, to make them not gravitationally bound.
It's 10 times further than we are from our closest, I should say, star, right?
Yeah, well, 4 light years.
Yeah, 4.2. Yeah,
4.2. Well, a little less than 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in astronomy, that's close enough, right?
Close enough,
as long as they're within an order of magnitude.
Right.
Yeah, Brad says it looks pale yellow and blue. Yeah, you know, it's kind of an orangey yellow eye, I think. But what you can really do is look at Stephen's diffraction spikes. Now, in a telescope that has a central bound mirror, that's not a Schmidt-Cassegrain, so a telescope that has veins on where the central mirror is held. There's 4 arms that come out across the telescope that hold that central mirror in place above the other mirror. You're going to get those lines across the star. You'll see them on Hubble images. You'll see them on all the research grade telescope images out there, because they all suspend a secondary mirror over the primary, and you get those diffraction spikes. So you'll see them, and they're always the same direction in an image. So if you ever see a fake stellar, we're talking about fake images, sometimes you'll see the diffraction spikes, they're off, and that's a telltale sign. But see right here, Stephen's diffraction spikes are exactly the same.
Yeah, and you can even see this little star here has them too.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the veins of the secondary mirror. I think it's some kind of interference that they cause. But if you look at those, you can see a lot of color. And actually, it's so bright, you can see the rainbow in it.
Yeah,
look at that.
Yeah, it's a spectrum. Yeah, so it's an interference. Yeah, it's a constructive interference pattern.
I've heard the term electron bleed. Does that mean anything to you, Stephen? Have you heard that term?
I'm not super familiar with that. No.
Yeah. We'll just throw that term out there, and y'all can Google it on your own time.
Sounds smart.
Yeah, it sounds very smart. Yeah.
Same kind of smart people.
Yeah.
That'll be a new song title, Electron Bleed.
There it is. Next album.
There you go.
What is that? Will it be volume 5 after the new one you got coming out?
It'll be volume 4. We're on volume 3 coming up this summer. Look at how long, look at how far that diffraction spike goes out.
It goes a long way. Yeah, look at that.
Jeez.
It's like
the whole image.
It's like it looks fake. It's so far.
This is what it looks like in the 82. When you look at
wow.
it,
Really?
Yeah.
Not quite that extreme. More like this, but still.
Yeah. Now I have looked at Albirio in the 100-inch Hooker telescope at Mount Wilson, and the 60-inch Hale telescope at Mount Wilson. And I can tell you that in the 100-inch they were separated by 2 zip codes. The 2 stars. Really? It was so zoomed in. I mean, they were literally on the opposite ends of the eyepiece from each other. It was even worse than that. It was just unbelievable how far they were away. Look at how beautiful that is right there, man. That is just gorgeous, dude. Congratulations, Stephen.
Oh, thanks. It's one of the easiest targets yet. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And congratulations, Stephen. Well, you know, when I first found out, man, I was really excited. And I just
when I first found out about these photons,
we're just we're gonna set up the stellar nursery, and everybody's gonna be able to come over and talk about baby names.
I've come a long way. Yeah.
Have a good evening, Travis. Take it easy, brother. It's good to see you.
Thank you, Travis, for giving me my cue. I need to head to bed too, guys. It's 12:30 here, and I'm gonna do the work thing at like 6 or 7 in the morning.
Oh man, I don't envy you, but
we'll be all day tomorrow. Long weeks, man. Long weeks right now, but always cool stuff. So,
have a happy Tuesday, Ron. Thanks for joining us, man. As always, be sure to, if you're on Instagram, y'all, there's his Instagram handle right there, the Space Dude. That's and me. Then you can see him right in the middle there, scrolling at the bottom like a news ticker at Stardom Space. There he is, right there. He can actually, there he goes, all the way across. So follow him at those sources, and you'll
smash that like button.
Don't forget to
What's up, everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Everybody, all right, here's what's coming up next on my games. Don't forget to smash that like button if you've liked this video, and make sure to check out my very favorite thing, Audible. They're going to sponsor this. We're going to talk a little bit about one of my favorite books. I'm trying to think of one of them that's been
just pick
really
one of Neil
popular
deGrasse
recently.
Tyson's.
Yeah, right.
Astronomy, astrophysics for people in a hurry. What does that mean? That means, sorry, Neil. So yeah, guys, thank you as always for having me on. I'll see you all on the next one.
Sounds good, Ron.
I'm gonna finish the show tomorrow. Good night, guys.
Have a good evening, Ron. We'll see you, man.
Take care.
Ron is always a good guy. It says Travis says Ron doesn't work. Unfortunately, it does, and that's why he's leaving us. He's got a long day tomorrow.
Yeah,
but that's the way it goes. Let me try to get to some of these comments that I missed here. I think
I got one day tomorrow too, but yeah, I'll do a couple more targets.
You want to do a couple more? All right.
Yeah.
I don't know if that one is available. The elephant trunk, is that one available? It's in Cephas, right?
Yeah,
Cepheus, yeah.
Let's
see if
it's enormous.
it's an.
But
that's a great.
I could try.
That's a great thing to have as a
too low. Yeah. Is the elephant trunk too low, right?
Oh, look at that though. We forgot to even
that.
look at what we had in there currently. There it is.
Yeah.
That is the
Dumbbell.
Helix Nebula.
No, it's a dumbbell.
Oh,
That's
sorry,
a dumbbell,
dumbbell. Yeah. Sorry, I was like, man, but wow, that's a beautiful image of it. When we looked at this in the hydrogen alpha night vision, Stephen, we saw a very, very similar image. And that line that goes across, that one right there that goes across there, I will never unsee that after seeing it, the way we saw it up at the Prude.
Yeah, it really is like a hourglass shape. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I always see an apple core in it.
Exactly. Yes,
that's how I see it. Yeah,
because it's even got the red skin and everything.
Yes.
I mean, it's an apple core. There's dumbbell. I don't see anybody lifting weights. Do y'all?
No, yeah. I
Unless
definitely see apple core.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, Lonnie Mosley, who's in the group, the Beaumont Astronomy group, he says he sees a drill bit from a screwdriver, like a drill bit, like coming at you. So I don't know.
I can see that. Yeah, because like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
You can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
if you ignore the blue.
Is it Phillips head or yeah?
Well, it's made of tungsten. It's made of tungsten. Yeah, Brad says the Helix is much bigger. Absolutely.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I know
what is that even? What is that even from?
It was
Tim and Eric Awesome Show.
Tim and Eric Awesome Show, or Workaholics.
Oh, they're because it's a production company thing with that guy.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, at the end of a show.
Yeah. Why do we know that? That's so silly.
We all apparently seen that.
I guess it's like the kid fishing on the moon, for the movies or whatever. I forget what reference that is, but there you go. DreamWorks. Thank you. She and my wife, who never remembers the names of any actor or anything, pulled that one out. So there you go.
Nice.
Joshua Gage says the head shop in Santa Maria, California on Facebook. And he has headshop805.com. It's just a pic. Facebook is the only social media. There you go. So if y'all want to get it, Joshua, if you're in the California and you have a need for type of glass that he sells, there you go. It's a beautiful thing. Oh, wow. What is this it? Is this it, Stephen? Or
this is the Crescent.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, wow.
Recenter right here.
The Crescent. Now, this is another one that we look at in the H alpha night vision setup. And this is one of those ones that if you're a visual astronomer, so if you're a person that does mostly visual astronomy and you go to these star parties, you've never really seen this object. You've probably logged a negative observation, or you've logged that bottom little swirl there. And what's fun is getting these visual observers to, hey, come here. To my buddy Mark's 25 with the night vision. Yeah. You can see this with your eyeball just looking through the night vision in the telescope. It looks photographic.
It looks better than this, honestly, in the night vision, because there's so much more contrast. You lose all the background stuff, and you can see more of the inner structure. So yeah, this is something that really benefits from an H alpha filter. But You can still see, obviously, here. And picking up a little bit of hint of blues in there, too.
Absolutely, man. And this one it's with the field of view that we have in Mark's scope, it feels like it's perfectly placed for the eyepiece. It's in the right kind of field of view, at least. You can literally take your phone with the camera and just put it right up to the lens and take a single image of this nebula right here. So you don't need a $50,000 telescope setup like Stephen has behind him there in the dome. You just need a $10,000 or $15,000, $30,000 setup because the night vision alone is like $5,000 almost. And
transport that thing to a dark sky. You
have to have a 25-inch Dobsonian, which is $10,000 or more if you buy one used.
And then a new vehicle to haul it around in,
Right.
Yeah, and then you need,
trailer.
And the eyepiece is it's got to be a teleview eyepiece, right? You got to match that,
Yep.
Teleview is the only game in town when it comes to mating that military night vision to an eyepiece.
You don't put bicycle tires on a Ferrari, right?
Oh, look at that analogy coming in for you. I love it. There you go. Nora says, nice. I agree, Nora. This is a beautiful nebula. Like, it's one of my favorites, I think, especially with the night vision. I mean, because you don't always have access to a night vision like that. But man, when you do, good grief, it's just like stunningly gorgeous. In fact, I think I have videos somewhere on my Facebook of that object in a telescope. I definitely have it in my Star Party videos for sure.
Yeah, you should pull that up.
I could. Let me go to the YouTubes here. Whoops.
You pull that up, I'll get another target.
All right. Stay on target.
You've never seen any of Will's Star Party videos. They're absolutely fantastic.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you.
Spend a lot, I'm not just saying that. You spend a lot of time kind of processing them and stuff. And the thing is, he captures like kind of all the fun stuff that goes on there. So if you really want to know what it's like to be at a Star Party, you haven't been to one yet, check out Will's videos.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it's
they're great.
I try to make them as dramatic and theatrical as I can. It's
you should check out the Red Band trailers too.
Yes, those are the best. But I mean, it's kind of like, it's a bunch of people that go out to a dark sky site and observe the sky, and so how do you make that fun and engaging? It's not always easy. In fact, one year, like the Okie-Tex video of 2018, it was like we didn't have a Star Party. We had 2 hours worth of observing. Mm-hmm. It's like, so how do you even turn that into a video? And actually it ended up being one of my favorite videos that I've done.
Yeah.
Because it was so tragic. And, it was like we were all just so, we didn't see anything. I'm having trouble finding this in the sea of footage of it. Again, these Star Party videos are long. They are, some of them are 2 hours long, an hour and a half long. I may fail at this, guys. I'm scrolling through down on the YouTube thing.
Because at youtube.com /
Deep Sky Dude. I do have. I could put this up since I have it, and then we can move on to another couple objects. And I do want to show the comet too. Oh, and there is the elephant's trunk.
Yeah, there it is.
Man, wow.
Yeah. Let's let it kind of expose for a while while you show that.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say I don't think what I have is even anywhere near as cool as that. But here we go.
Kind of noisy.
There's Bram.
There's an old picture of old Bram himself. So this is Okie-Tex 2019. This is gravity waves in the air glow there. You can see, and
I still have your sticker on my laptop.
Awesome,
it's impossible to see gravitational waves.
It's impossible. You can't see gravity waves.
You can definitely see the Pleiades, but this is a PVS 14 night vision monocular. This was my buddy Ed's. Or maybe this was Mike Lockwood's. I can't remember. It may have been Mike Lockwood's, but you can see like the areas where we hang out during the day at Okie-Tex. You can see anything you want to see at night. It's a military grade night vision.
Yeah.
And
I know that trailer.
I was about to say that's Tara Koshansky's trailer.
Yeah.
You can see the nice mesa that is over there. That's my truck on the right there. And my buddy Jerry's truck. There's old Bram himself, Mr. Bram Wiseman, brilliant observer. He's got his. I'll zoom in. Does this do something? Okay.
So bring it full circle, Bram. You know, we mentioned the asterism he kind of coined and discovered a few years back. There you go.
And there he is. I said, Bram, do something cool. And he goes, howdy, neighbor. And I was like, that was really cool. And then I cut. So if you can't hear the audio, there's some funny moments in those guys. I mean, you know, it's a bunch of goofballs getting out in the desert and, you know, just playing with toys that are far too expensive for anyone to ever own. But a lot of these guys are retired. They have expendable incomes. And so they throw $5,000 on a night vision scope, you know, and I can't do that right now, but I will in the future. I promise you that. There's our buddy Sven from, I believe he's from the Colorado, the Denver.
Colorado Springs, right?
Or Colorado Springs, one of those. Yeah, I can't remember exactly.
I can't remember either.
Nice little fireball there.
There you go.
Never know when you're going to catch one of those out there. But look at all the telescopes. That's the New Mexico Astronomy, or I think the Albuquerque Astronomy group right there that I was kind of getting shots of when that thing came in. And I may be the only person on Earth that saw that thing. Actually, I didn't see it at the time. So I found it later when I was doing the video. So I may be the only person in the world that has data of that particular meteor. You can see various hoodlums walking around, wandering through the night.
Yeah, make sure you're strapped at these star parties, right?
You never know who's going to creep out of the darkness.
You never know, right?
Yeah, these are a great thing, guys. If you're not going to star parties, especially once this whole COVID thing passes, you better get out there, man, because it will change your astronomy 1,000%. You're around people like Michelle here, around Sven. You're around people like Bram and Joe. And they, you know, even Stephen, our buddy Brian Lippincott right here.
There's Brian, yep.
With his home built, I don't think he built it, but he kind of restored it. There's more various hoodlums and weirdos wandering through the night.
Wait, was Brian wearing an eye patch?
Yes, he wears an eye patch to observe. Absolutely.
I didn't know that. Okay. You can't see that stuff without a night vision eyepiece, right?
Well, and it just helps him to, because you can keep both eyes open when you have an eye patch. And
awesome.
But then you don't distort your own view of the sky. Yeah. Let's get back over here to a little bit of look at that. So what you're looking at here, guys, is a nebula that is what we call a dark nebula. And it's called the elephant's trunk, I guess, because it, you know, in bigger photos, or I guess in wider field, you can kind of see the elephant's head and then the trunk there, what Stephen just showed. But that's it right there. And if you weren't looking for this thing, you might miss it. Mm-hmm. And good luck seeing this in an optical telescope, by the way.
Yeah. Forget about it. Yeah.
However, in a night vision monocular in a telescope, like my buddy Mark's, holy cow, it will knock your socks off. And it's huge. It's absolutely massive, this thing. You can't even get it in one view. You have to kind of grab the scope and kind of move it around to kind of get the view better. Yeah, and there's a nice little image of it right there, man. That is beautiful.
I never really appreciated this star here. It's got this sort of cone.
Jet, yeah. I don't guess I ever really noticed that either, Stephen, but maybe you're picking it up because of the color.
Maybe like it's blue. No other stars have that, so it's not like some optical defect.
Right.
You know? That definitely looks like a small reflection nebula.
Yeah, I wonder if that appears in other.
I haven't seen any images of the elephant's trunk like at this kind of focal length, you know, like this tight of a field. So they're usually like really wide field shots. But I'm like inspired now to like do this kind of center a little better and go really deep here.
Let me let me pop this up real quick, and this is an APOD image.
I was just looking at the same one. Yeah.
No, you weren't.
Yes.
Great minds think alike. I guess
the one from 2017, right?
I think this is the one.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Look at that, right there.
Totally.
Yep.
This is a little reflection nebula.
Yeah.
Huh.
Now this is a deep image, and kudos to the originator of this, but man, you can really see there is sort of these optical defects, maybe a little blooming going on here. on some of these stars. You can see it kind of stretching out a little bit. Did I lose everybody? Oh no, we're still here. Okay.
No, we're just.
It goes eerily quiet like that whenever I lag out, so that's why I was like, "Oh boy, I must be."
We were hanging on your words there.
Yeah, we were.
Like he's about to say something profound, guys. Wait. Just wait for it. But look at that. That is a beautiful image. So really kudos to the author. Let's find out who the author of that is, so we can give him proper props here. That is Stephen Leshin. Or Leshin. Yeah. Here's his website. Sedona Stargazer Observatory.
There you go.
So there you go. Check out Sedona Stargazer Observatory. He's got an image gallery here. This random astrophotographer that we found thanks to APOD, which is really cool. I bet he doesn't have as good of equipment as Stephen, and I was kind of wrong.
No, that's the same.
That's the same exact telescope. Yeah, it's
no. It's
a little smaller.
Mine's
a little
an
smaller.
inch and a half bigger.
That's right. Yeah. But
that's the same brand.
And he's got a decent mount. That's an astrophysics mount.
Yep.
Decent gear. Look at that camera.
Yeah.
Bigger than a bread box.
Yeah.
ST 11,000s. Oh man, big old pixels.
Yeah.
Super sensitive.
Yeah. That's a nice setup though. He's doing pretty good. So Stephen Leshin, there we go at the Sedona Stargazer Observatory.
It's got Narcos. Anyone who's got Narcos is cool in my book.
Who they get immediate street cred with Stephen if they had Narcos. There we go. That's awesome, man. This is a beautiful object though, guys. We can't really challenge you to go see this one because good luck. But
I challenge you to buy a telescope capable of seeing it.
Yeah, like the one we just showed here. Go out and go sell your home and just live inside the telescope tube.
There you go. You get a shroud. It'll, keep you
it's
warm
like a tiny house. It's like one of those trendy things.
Yeah.
It's a tiny house. That's awesome, man. Okay, so I'm going to remove that. What do we want to do, guys? Do we want to go to one more, or we want to close it out with some Comet talk?
Yeah, let's close out with the Comet talk.
There you go.
I'm fading fast.
Okay, so before Stephen wanes like a new moon here, or an old moon, we're gonna I think I can. Okay, let me stop that. Okay, and then share screen, and we'll go to Sky Safari Pro. You guys can see that, I'm sure. Yes. Okay.
Yep.
There we go. So what we're going to talk about then is the comet, because I know everybody's, and maybe we should have did this earlier on in the show here, but we got to it now. So let's talk about it. And for those of y'all that stuck around, this little cherry on top for tonight, and for all of Stephen's hard work and amazing images that he showed us for sure. But here it is. And let me take this ticker away for a second, just so we can get a full view and some of the important data that's on there. What I'm going to do is we are outside of the solar system right now. Well, outside of the planet Earth. We've stepped off the planet and we are standing or just floating in space. Now I can grab the screen here and you can see I can kind of move everything around. So let's talk about what we're looking at. Here's the sun. Mm-hmm. Here's the orbit of Mercury, this orange line. Venus is this white line. Earth is blue. Mars is red. Now you've got the outer planets out here. We're not worried about the outer planets, but there they are. We're only looking at sort of the inner planets. And you can see if I look top down, sort of like a dinner plate top down, you see Neowise is actually closer to the sun than Mercury, at least from this view. And I think it's probably pretty close even in this view. We can actually test that. Yeah, it's actually closer to the sun, I think, but not by much. Not by much. It's about the orbit of Mercury away from the sun. And again, here's Earth right here. So what I want to do is I'll bring up the date and time stuff and I'll hit now, and you can see that it jumped a little bit there from where I was earlier tonight when we started the broadcast. So it jumped just a little bit there, and that's how fast it's sort of moving. And what I want to do is I'll put it on hours here. And so when I hit the play button, you're going to watch the Earth and Venus and Mars and Mercury move counterclockwise around the sun, and then watch what happens to Neowise. It's going to shoot off in this direction at an incredible rate of speed. Look at that. At faster than the rate that we're sort of spinning around the Earth. Maybe twice as fast. Maybe. I don't know. But you can see that it is definitely moving off out of the solar system here, or toward the outer solar system. And it's actually moving pretty close to, I guess maybe to the west of Jupiter and Saturn there. There's Jupiter, there's Saturn right there. And we know where they are in our nighttime sky, right? We can just put it kind of level plane, and there's the teapot, there's Sagittarius back in there. Scorpius is this sort of crazy nonsense over here. Got the middle of the Milky Way. So this thing is actually kind of headed off towards Scorpio a little bit there. I would say almost dead center over towards Scorpio, which is cool. So now what I want to do then is, now we're in September, October. You see this? So we're already in October here, and that's how far it's already outside of the orbit of Mars, which is pretty impressive. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and roll it back to where we are now. And let's go back in time and see where this guy actually came from. So here's time going backwards. This is obviously not how it does in real life, but we're going to look at why we didn't see this comet earlier. And looky here, because it is a sun grazer comet. This thing got real close to the sun and sort of came from underneath the sun. And I guess that's why the southern hemisphere guys got it first, huh? Because it was sort of coming from the other side there.
So not on the plane of the planets like we're, being, Jupiter and some of these other things in our solar system, but not atypical for comets, right? They usually don't follow.
That's right.
Kind of that course along the plane of the planets. Yeah,
that's exactly right. They'll come in this way. They'll come in this way. They'll come in sometimes in the plane, but not often.
Not often. Yeah.
And so this is this is time moving forward. Again, this is hours every frame. So 1 hour every frame. This was back in June. Here comes, we're in the middle of June here. Now we're heading towards the end of June, and you can see just boom. This thing gets real close to the sun. You can see the tail kinda in that image, but I'm going to zoom in and get us on Earth here in a second. I just wanted to show everybody like what this thing is sort of doing in the grand scheme of things. I think perspective is one of the biggest tools in astronomy. If you can get that perspective, it'll open your mind to so many things, and it will show you so many awesome nuances to this stuff. So what I want to do, since we can kind of visualize the trajectory of that guy, let's go to Earth, which I can just hit this button, and we'll go to now, and it's going to do some weird zooming and dramatic panning, and there we go. Okay, so here we are now. I need to type in Neo. You're the one, Neo. Whoa. And is this now? Okay. So this thing is it above the horizon now? No, this is not correct. This is okay.
Are we at a certain altitude right now?
This is N3. I'm sorry. This is the wrong comet, I think.
F3.
It's F3, right? Yeah, There we go. Okay.
There we go.
More than one Neo-wise here. So it's going to come up, if you're in again, this is where I'm at. This is northern hemisphere, so Texas, okay? The comet breaks the horizon coming up at 4:53, okay? But you're going to get the sun really soon after this. The sky's already brightening here.
Yeah.
You still may see it naked eye, though. So if you feel like getting up at almost 6 a.m. and trying for an early morning, if you have a good northeast horizon, that's low, maybe there's no trees or buildings that direction, you'll get it. But what I think is fantastic here, and I'll center the object, and then I'll move it forward. Here goes daylight, and then sunset is boom. Okay, look at this. So it's a morning and an evening comet, which I think is spectacular.
That is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool to have that both. That's pretty lucky.
Yes.
Now, what I want to do here is, sorry. I'm going to roll time back some minutes here. Just about right there. There's about where you want to start viewing it in here-ish, So you can see that it's already above the horizon. If I put on the grids, I'll show the horizontal grid. We'll zoom in here. I think, let me turn this off. I don't have my grid references here. I don't know why it's not showing. I guess we'll just have to imagine that this is 10 degrees maybe above the horizon. So it's already above 10 degrees above the horizon, which is pretty good. Again, that's going to sink very fast after dark. It's going to be.
Yeah.
You need to catch
the altitude on the top left.
Oh, does it? Okay. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So it's at 11 degrees. So yeah, it's pretty close. So, and every night that's going to get better and better. So tomorrow night, which is going to be Tuesday night, this is where it will be for you Northern Hemisphere ladies and gentlemen. What I want to do though is turn on the days, and I'll kind of put the sun in the same frame here, and I'll zoom out a little bit too, so we can get a little bit better of view. And now watch as I go from one day to the next. Watch what happens. Boom. So there was one day. There's tomorrow night. There's Wednesday night. Okay. And you can see, if you don't know, this is the Big Dipper up here. You can see the nice dipper shape. And this is Ursa Major. This is like if you know the 3 leaps of the gazelle, that's these 3 here. Boom, boom, boom. So you're looking at the front paw of the bear, or the last leap of the gazelle, I guess, or the first one, whichever you want to look at.
Right.
And then if you keep going, so here comes Thursday. You can see a big jump there. Friday, and these jumps get bigger and bigger and bigger as we go. So hopefully around here, this is going to be a beautiful picture if you can get this with those two.
Unfortunately, it may dim considerably by that time.
Right.
The further it's going to get from the sun, the less bright it's going to be.
Yeah, but hopefully, because comets do what they want, right? Hopefully it'll stay at least telescopic, maybe naked eye, definitely binocular, I bet you. We'll see. Only time will tell. But as you can see, as we keep going away, you can see it just keeps rising and rising in the nighttime sky, right through, the legs of the Great Bear. So again, if you can find the Big Dipper and just kind of maybe follow these 2 stars and the Big Dipper down, you should be able to spot it over the next week or so in this general vicinity. Because if I rewind that, you can kind of see over the next several days, that's where it will be. And again, it's gonna keep getting dimmer, but it's gonna keep getting into darker and darker skies. Whereas, like right here, for instance, if you were to say wait another hour, the sun is down even more. So it's really pretty nice and dark now at 9:31. Even in the summer, it's getting there. You can see the comet is well above the horizon and doing its thing. And then again, if we just keep on, whoops, that's hours. If I keep rolling the days, you guys will see that it just keeps on trucking.
So I was looking at it here in my planetarium software, and it's showing that it's losing about 0.2 magnitude each day over the next several days.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so tomorrow at around 8:30, it's showing it'll be about magnitude 2.5, and then it goes 2.7, 2.9, 3.1, so on and so forth for the next few days.
Yeah, well, that's still naked eye.
That's still naked eye, yeah, absolutely.
Which is great. But if you're an early riser, there's your view for tomorrow. What I would do to find it is take Cassiopeia, which is, one of the most famous W-shaped constellations in the sky. There it is. And find Cassiopeia, which is, not too far from the North Star. The North Star is here. So there's the Little Dipper. Good luck finding all the Little Dipper. It's pretty tough. But find the North Star if you can. Look up Cassiopeia, and then just follow Cassiopeia's sort of line down, and you'll kind of start to see it above the sky, above the horizon there. If it's good enough sky, you can't have any haze, you can't have any clouds, you can't have any distant thunderstorms or trees nearby or buildings. You got to be, free and clear on the horizon, and that's the hardest part, I think, about observing this thing.
Yeah. And is that Auriga right above it?
That is
Capella. Okay, so you'll have a really bright star. Not directly above it, but pretty close to being directly above it, just offset to the right there.
Absolutely. Joshua Gage is definitely Team Stephen. So there you go. I think that's
Absolutely.
the first. We got the first member of Team Stephen there.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
There you go, buddy.
Flattered.
We'll go ahead and go to this view here as we're kind of closing her out. Shame the Earth wasn't on the other end of the orbit. Yeah, I guess so, right? I mean, I guess it depends, though, way it would be oriented. Too bad we can't get a Hale-Bopp or a Hyakutake. That's my.
I'm happy to have a naked eye comet. It's been
There
so
you go.
long.
Me
It's been
too.
forever.
8 years now?
It's been, well, it was 2016. We
Was
had
it 2016?
a Pan-STARRS in the western
that's
horizon.
right. Yeah.
And then
I could see Comet 46P410 in 2018.
yes,
Okay.
and then there was one in 2013. but I can't remember the name of that one. So my memory escapes me on that.
That was a Pan-STARRS, I believe.
I think you're right. Yeah. Sarah says, I've been away from keyboard. Did y'all go over which direction Neowise came from? I think we just did. Maybe you missed it, Sarah. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I just hadn't got to your comment yet. So there you go. I didn't turn that feature on, Brad. But that's a good, especially with Stellarium. Stellarium is really good about showing the atmosphere. So as the sun comes up and the atmosphere gets illuminated, you kind of see that in Stellarium. Stellarium's free, and it's a great app for sure. Take Time says, been hanging out with you guys tonight. Thanks. Love your shows. Have a great night. Staying for the cherry. LOL. Well, thank you. Take Time. We appreciate you staying for the whole thing. Yeah. And while we're doing that, we could take a look at the telescope gets so little love, that Stephen is using. But
it doesn't often get any attention because it's so dark all the time.
Yeah, it doesn't get much love, but there is the machinery, the guts of the operation there. So go through that whole spiel, Stephen, even though we've done it a million times. I mean, it's a 16-inch.
16-inch, that's 0.4 meters. F9, Ritchie Chrétien Optical Systems, so RCOS. This is a company that's not around anymore. It's a carbon fiber tube. Got a little teleview spotting scope here. And the camera is a ZWO ASI 071MC Pro. It's the first time it's ever been used on this telescope. So tonight.
First light. Awesome.
There you go.
Awesome, dude. And I mean, that's obviously the views we get, you could have all this equipment and not know how to use it. But Stephen has the knowledge, has the training, he has the ability. So, Stephen, thank you for the views tonight, man. What a fantastic! I mean, every time you come on and do this, it's just an amazing thing.
Thanks for responding to my last-minute text,
Hey, man, like I said, I'm prepping for a long road trip, so I was like, yeah, we're gonna do that. He's like, hey, you want to live stream? And it was like 11 something. And I'm like, yes, like I just woke up, let's do this, man.
And I got it too. It's like, hey, you want to jump on? Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, this was not really planned, guys.
No, it looks like we went and we were like, okay, guys, we're gonna do the Saturn Nebula and then move quickly over to the none of that. It was like
I'm half awake. Yeah.
But see, the beauty of Stephen's setup is that it's always set up. It's perpetually set up in that dome. That's the beauty of having an observatory on a pier. Everything's all ready for you. Flip some switches and you're in the sky. I mean, it's that fast. But again, without the knowledge to run it, you can't do it. So great job, Stephen. I'll get to some last minute comments here as we're going out here. Joshua says, thank you all for the stream. Will you best get everyone McMuffins in the morning? I will definitely, and I'll personally deliver Joe's, although Stephen's going to have to come out this way for his.
There you go.
That's a 10-hour drive. I don't want to make.
Yeah. One day.
And I'd have to get the McMuffin at Fort Stockton, I think.
That may be the last. Yeah.
It's the last McDonald's, and then I'd have to drive it 2.5 hours
to the McDonald Observatory.
To the McDonald Observatory. Yes.
There you go.
But this is real meta stuff here. But that would be the soggiest McMuffin, I can guarantee. I probably wouldn't even make it. I'd be so hungry. I'd be like, sorry, man, I ate your McMuffin. Yeah. But here's a Red Bull or something.
There you go.
Here's a Yoo-hoo.
Oh God.
Owen says, this will be my fourth comment, starting with Kahotech. Oh, very cool. Oh, nice, man. I don't even know how many comets I've taken pictures of and observed over the years, but too many to name. But tomorrow, hopefully, this will be another one in the belt of old Will here. We'll see.
Comet Kahotech, by the way, very near and dear to my heart because I think that was discovered the year I was born. So.
Oh wow! Well, happy birthday!
My age there. Yeah. I guess. Right?
You're as old as a comet.
Spirits, yes.
Anastasia says, love the telescope. We do too. We love that telescope. Yeah. And tomorrow night, if you want to watch another live stream, just sort of a little more structured than tonight, I guess you could say. And with the one and only Stephen, he'll be the only guy on the camera, so
you won't be screwing anything up, right?
You won't have to listen to all of this nonsense. No,
not at all.
Stephen will be running that live stream tomorrow night. What time, Stephen? What are you gonna do?
It'll be 10 p.m. Central. And I do want to say, even if the weather's bad, I think I got a pretty killer backup plan for if I get clouded out. I don't want to spoil it, but it's pretty cool.
I don't know what that is, but I can't wait to find out. So again, what y'all need to do is go to YouTube, type in McDonald Observatory, subscribe, and hit the bell, because as soon as you hit that bell, as soon as Stephen's going to go live, it'll send you notifications. There's like almost no way you can miss this thing. Plus, if you follow me on Facebook, on Deep Sky Dude on Facebook, I always try to share Stephen's things. So if you miss it one way, you can find it over there, hopefully. And I think even, Stephen, I've been meaning to tell you this, but you're a very famous guy these days. You've been going through the mail server for the Houston Astronomical Society. People that aren't even associated with this here are sharing your stuff like, hey, this guy's doing live streams from the McDonald. Yep. So dude, you're like more famous than any of us even realized.
I didn't even know.
Well, Bill Pellerin, who's on the I think the board of visitors there at the McDonald, is really sending a lot of those kinds of emails out. So we really appreciate everything that you're doing, and a lot more eyes are joining those sessions now. So yeah, and people are like raving about it too. It's not just like, hey, go check out what this guy's doing. They're like, these are fantastic. It's like epic stuff. Learning a lot too. Yeah, absolutely. Keep doing what you're doing, so Stephen. It's amazing. It's amazing stuff. Yeah. And Aaron says to wash your hands. I'll remind you. I'll remind you of that at the end of the show for sure. Joe, thank you for coming, man, and hanging out. Hey, thank you for having me. This is absolutely a blast. I enjoy it every time. Tell us where we can find you besides your address. I'm in Houston, just west of downtown. I'm rebooting the whole social media thing, right? So cool. I was recently elected or promoted or whatever you want to call it to a solar system ambassador, and so I'm setting up some new social media sites. So I'm thinking about Astro Joe, but we'll see where it goes. But yeah, we're you can always find us at the Houston Astronomical Society Facebook page. And you can reach out to us through our website as well. So always looking forward to seeing some things from people who aren't members, and we're ready to answer any questions that people may have. So there are going to be some pretty interesting things. Well, by the way, I can't spill the beans, and Sarah's on right now, but you may see some things about the Houston Astronomical from up in space. So I'll just leave it at that. Okay. Yeah. I can't quite say what's going on yet, but yeah. Okay. Well, I'll dox you until you release it. So. Yeah. We're mum right now. We can't say anything, but Sarah says, I don't even know how to I guess it's the only way you can. She knows what's going on. Sarah knows what's going on. Yeah. Sarah always, she's always in the mix with the cool stuff. Absolutely. She's the cool kid. Actually, Sarah Silva is how I got introduced to Ron Sparkman. So again, really? Thank you, Sarah. Okay. Yeah, she was like, you got to meet my friend Will. And she's like, you got to meet my friend Ron. And I'm like, yeah. And ever since then, me and Ron have been great friends. So thank you, Sarah, for that. And Sarah Silva has some, we got to get her on here next time. We do. We need to do. Absolutely. That's what we need to do, Sarah. So plan for next time for that impromptu session, Sarah. We're gonna holler at you and get you on here. So all you need is a webcam, and you've got all that. You know what you're doing. But and the internets with the whole www with the https:// what all the kids are doing nowadays. Hashtag I forget what that one long one was earlier, but anyway, Astronomy and Yoo-hoo. Yeah, sure. Where is Will's Astronomy Yoo-hoo or whatever it was? Tony said, yeah. So guys, thank y'all for joining us, man. We're gonna shut her down here at 2 a.m. Oh wow! Here in Central Standard Time. All of us are in Central Time, even though Steven should be like almost on Mountain Time. He's almost on Mountain. Yeah, because it's basically like 1:45 there. Don't try to think too hard about that, but just know that it's. Or wait, yeah. He's like behind in time. We're ahead in time. Yes. We're beating him in the race around Earth. The whole sidereal thing, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It's this weird, this globe we live on, isn't it? It is. Yeah. It's not flat. Turtle. It's definitely a turtle for sure with some stuff and there's light or something. I don't know. Guys, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us. We're gonna do more of these in the future when we can. I've got a couple of videos that are gonna be released on YouTube pretty soon. My album is coming out this summer. I'm not going to put a date on it because every time I do that, something in here in this studio that I'm in crashes. So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to surprise drop the album soon.
So if y'all are into that sort of thing, if you like space music, come check my stuff out. I would appreciate that. Deep Sky Dude on all Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Napster for some reason. That's still a thing.
Wow.
I didn't know. Yeah, I'm on TikTok. So if you're on TikTok, you can actually use my music on your videos, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
So do that. I think, Joe, maybe you've used one of my songs, or maybe not.
I think I have. Yeah.
I think you have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is great. So thank you, man, for doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
thank you.
Yeah, well, hey, thank everybody, and again, thank you, Stephen Hummel, for hanging out with us tonight. As always, man, superb job, dude.
Yes.
Thank you for hosting at the very last minute, and yeah, thank you, Joe, for all your knowledge and taking the burden of explaining things off of me.
If I'm doing that, then people are in trouble. So
that's what Joe does, man. He's just like, well, let me step in here and clear this up.
This is fine. I just want to have fun. Here's a pretty picture.
And then just sits back and We'll see y'all in the next one, guys. Until then, get out and view that comet. There's no reason why you shouldn't, unless there's clouds. Get a free horizon. Get out there with some binoculars. You'll probably see it. Go out in the evening if you're not an early bird. But until next time, guys, y'all have a great evening. We will see y'all on the next one. And wash your hands. Peace, y'all.
Take it easy.